Good evening and welcome to the Monday, March 22nd, 2021 meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit District Board of Directors. Please call the roll.
Director Budd,
Here.
Director Harris, Director Howell,
Me?
yes,
I'm here.
Director Hume,
Here.
Director Jennings,
I am here.
Director Natoli,
Here.
Director Chenier,
Here.
Director Cerna,
Here.
Director Valenzuela,
Here.
Chair Miller is absent, and Vice Chair Kennedy.
Here.
I'll try one more time for Director Harris.
Here.
Thank you. With that, we have a quorum at 90 votes.
Patrick, you're kind of faint. If you could either speak up or turn it up.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
This meeting will be cablecast on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on Comcast, Consolidated Communications, and AT&T Uverse. Today's meeting will air on Monday, March the 29th at 2 p.m. and Tuesday, March the 30th at 2 p.m. on Channel 14 and webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. It is also a closed caption. Thank you.
Thank you. Will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
United States of America, and to
The republic for which it stands,
stands
nation, under God, indivisible,
justice for all.
justice for all.
and justice for all.
That is highly confusing. All right. We have a consent calendar. Is there any member of the board that would like to remove something or ask questions on consent?
I'll move consent.
Second.
Hume, second.
Okay, do we have any public that would like to address anything on consent?
We do not have any public comment, but I'd like to make a note on item 2.7. In the staff report, the Amalgamated Transit Union was going to vote last Friday on the ratification of the 3-year extension. However, they have postponed it to this Wednesday, the 24th.
Oh, do we need to continue that?
No, we do not. It's conditionally approved based on their vote.
Okay.
So we just need to vote.
Okay, please call the roll.
Director Budd,
Yes.
Director Harris,
Yes.
Director Howell,
Yes.
Director Hume,
Aye.
Director Jennings,
Yes.
Director Natoli,
Aye.
Director Chenier,
Aye.
Director Cerna,
Aye.
Director Valenzuela,
Yes.
Chair Miller is absent, and Vice Chair Kennedy.
Aye.
With that, the motion carries at 90 votes.
Next item, please.
The next item is public addresses of the board on matters not on the agenda. And I have 2 comments. The first one is from Mike Birnbaum. 11 years ago this date, March 22nd. I'm going to mute somebody because I got an echo here, so maybe that'll help. 11 years ago this date, March 22nd, 2010 to be exact, the Sacramento Regional Transit District had moved both its meeting date 1 week later, and its meeting location to what would turn out to be a packed Rancho Cordova City Council chambers. That March 29th, 2010 board meeting is one which longtime writers will never forget, as the board of directors made one of the most difficult decisions ever in district history to cut 20% of all bus and light rail service. It was a tough night that does not currently bear repeating in the midst of 3 federal stimulus packages over the last 12 months. The February 2021 passage of the Golden State stimulus package and the February 2019 passage of SAC-RT Forward, among other things to mention, that went into effect just over 18 months ago. We can do better and are definitely doing better. Case in point, 3 smart RT ride zones are expanding on April 5th, with at least another in the works for summer 2021 at the soonest. Smart RT ride was not existent in March 2010. 2 cities have annexed into the Sacramento Regional Transit District, with another in the works around Thursday, July 1st. 2 2x2+2 board committees have formed to place the emphasis of regional into regional transit with both the Yolo County Transportation District and the City of Elk Grove. In closing, while it's important to think way back, look at the more recent achievements. Mike Birnbaum. And the second public comment is from Jeffrey Tartagia. He has exceeded his 250 words, so I'll just read to that point. As we have a full year of pandemic behind us, what improvements are needed to bring back public transit? Where are your checklists? Cost of bus bridges, completion of I-80 elevators, Citizens Academy, plans for statewide public transit in October. What open projects? What has been accomplished or will be by year end? I puzzle over what has be reported out from closed session. Resolved, settled. I don't recall any reports back in the last 2 years, and how would the public even know you are reporting back on closed session? You had a letter a year ago. Was it ever resolved? Responded to? You need to look at your calendar that you changed. Does it tell the public what is needed to be involved? How to find out, get agenda and materials. You have this Thursday and next Thursday meetings. Do you board members know what, why, when? I was extremely disappointed after 2 years requesting tech spec for low floor light rail vehicles that after 5 years of expanding electric car, scooter, baby strollers, carts to nearly 10 feet from 2 seats, that with increased in seniors in California, as well as SAC, what we are back to. You had a virtual open house. You have several different meetings over next 45 days. How does public access these meetings if public available? I appreciate what other transit agencies are trying. I like when general manager explain what is going on, projects on hand. And that concludes public comment.
Sorry, I muted myself. Next item, please.
Next item is the general manager's report, item 8.1.
Mr. Lee.
Yes, I try to unmute myself. Okay, good evening, Vice Chair Kennedy, board members, and public who are virtually watching. Thank you for joining us. And although this has been only 2 weeks since our last meeting, so much has taken place since then. Please allow me to share a few updates. And referring to what Jeffrey Tartagia just said, I think we are updating our project updates regularly. Probably we will do a more tailored response to his questions later this week. So my first update is COVID-19 vaccines. As you know, SAC-RT, in coordination with the Sacramento County Department of Public Health, we began providing free transit rides for everyone who needs to get to the scheduled COVID-19 vaccine appointment locations since March 1st. I'm happy to report that during the first 2 weeks of the program, Sacramento provides over 650 rides, free rides. This truly demonstrates the value of public transportation acts in helping the Sacramento region recover from this devastating pandemic. I'm also pleased to share that as of last week, all public transportation workers are eligible to receive a vaccine. There is no question that public transit workers are true frontline workers, heroes, who have selflessly put the needs of their communities above their own to keep moving people for essential travel such as work, medical appointments, groceries, and schools. We're very grateful to the governor and the Sacramento County Public Health for prioritizing transportation workers. Myself got the first dose last Thursday, and many of our 1,300 staff are getting the first dose too. As more people get the vaccination, Sacramento will consider to reinstate some 200 serious services with the return to in-person classes coming back at school districts in Sacramento's service areas. Thanks our Ambassador Mike Bourbon for reminding us of this, and we will start to put that service back for schools. It was great timing as we had the pleasure of having Sacramento County Public Health Officer Dr. King, joined Sacramento's employee town hall meeting last Wednesday to provide an update on county's responses to the COVID-19 and answer vaccine-related questions. We also had the opportunity to have her join us for a photo shoot last week with Director Sarah to highlight the new bus ads promoting the heroic work public health officials and transit workers have been doing in keeping Sacramento health and safe. By the way, the photos you see in the public health ad were taken by Director Sarah himself. This has truly been a wonderful partnership. Speaking of the vaccines, as mentioned during the last board meeting, we were able to schedule a video shoot with Vice Chair Kennedy and Director Jennings to help encourage everyone to get to the vaccine. Before I proceed, I would like to play the video for you. Adam, please start the video.
SAC-RT is offering free rides on transit to anyone traveling to a COVID-19 vaccine appointment. SAC-RT board directors Patrick Kennedy and Rick Jennings show us how easy it is to ride free.
SAC-RT is offering free rides when you're getting your vaccination on light rail, bus, smart ride, and Go Paratransit.
You can show proof of your appointment by printing out an email, showing proof on your phone, or a text message, or you can use your vaccination card. Anything is available for you to show proof to get a free ride on RT.
Plan your trip on SAC-RT. If you need help, visit the online trip planner at sacrt.com or call customer service at 916-321-BUS.
As a community, we have to get through COVID, and we're going to do that through vaccinations. SAC-RT is an important part of this community, and they're offering free rides.
So this is an incredible opportunity, and we need you to help us to spread the word by calling RT for yourself and telling all your friends and family members about this wonderful opportunity. Take advantage of it.
Now make sure you're wearing a mask or face covering while riding transit. Visit sacrt.com/vaccine to learn more.
Well, you can say this is really, high quality, performance by two wonderful directors. And we will be promoting the video on our website and social media channels. And we already get some great responses in the from the YouTube. So then another this update is about our American Rescue Plan. We're thankful for our strong federal delegation, Congresswoman Matsui, Congressman Barra and Garamendi, and Senator Feinstein and Pendera for their strong leadership in shepherding the American Rescue Plan Act through Congress. The $1.9 billion relief package was passed on March 13, and it includes $30 billion for public transit nationwide. We're thankful Congress recognizes the important role transit plays in moving essential frontline workers and transit dependent every day. The support from Congress has been tremendous, and we know there will be additional funding opportunities as they work on a massive infrastructure package this year, which will focus on safety, climate change, and maintenance backlog and capital expansion. Another great news. SACRT, in partnership with the Middletown Association, has been working on a dynamic lighting installation project for the 29th Street station. The goal of the project is to generate a destination station use attractive LED lighting to create a more welcome gateway for the Middletown Alhambra community, as well as attract additional transit rideshare. The project has been in the work for over a year. LED lighting panels will be attached to the existing flagpoles at the station. And on the screen, you can see a rendering of the lighting structure, and we will play a quick video of the actual structure in final design. Adam, please roll video.
Henry, may I make a comment, please?
Yes, please. Yes.
So I'd just like to congratulate my colleagues on the Midtown Association Alhambra Committee for working on this lighting project. I think it's going to be really great at the 29th R Street station. It's very reminiscent of what is happening already at the McKinley Village underpass. These lights are programmable. If we have a Kings game, we can turn them purple. For any festive occasion of the year, they can be reprogrammed. I think it'll be very attractive in a station that is already kind of dark and not very inviting. This is a very positive change, and I'd like to thank Emily Bain Michaels in particular for her effort in this regard.
So
Thank you.
can I ask a question, Jeff and Henry?
Yes.
Is this only visible at night, or is there something you can actually see in the daytime also?
I'm not sure. Any staff? Laura, do you guys have any idea? No.
I don't know the answer to that either, Henry. I can find out though.
We'll get back to you.
It's Deborah.
Jeff?
And I'll just go ahead and share. It's programmable, so it's mostly meant to go at night, but it can be programmed for any part of the day.
Linda, it actually is a nighttime feature or low light feature. So it could be on, darker, cloudy days will have the most impact. We could run it during the day, but it would have much less impact It really is a sort of a low light or nighttime feature.
Okay, well, I agree with the need for the lighting. It just seems like it would be nice if you could see it in the daytime also.
Well, we will work with Midtown to say what that looks like. It may be cost way more money because of the electricity cost. But well, no, it's LED. No, it's not. We will ask for that. This has been going on for quite a while. We work together with the Midtown, and we'll update you. Once we identify a specific dates. And right now, the Midtown Association is targeting the end of this month for installation, and we expect this to generate positive media coverage in addition to attracting social media influencers. And we would love to work with our board members to say in your particular jurisdictions, if you want to install something like that, by coming up with some fundings for this. Last Thursday was Transit Drivers Appreciation Day. In honor of our frontline heroes, we celebrate the dedication with grab and go goodies bags. And we place banners and posters around the district and post messages on social media to share our excitement. I was able to thank our drivers in person at several locations to personally show our management and the board of directors appreciation. On screen, a couple of photos from the day, and the spirit, the morale was very high when we met with those frontline wonderful employees. Talking about the appreciation, I'd just like to extend SACRT's appreciation and the best wishes to Mr. Terry Bassett, the YCTD CEO, who will retire in April 2nd. And Terry has been with YCTD since 1982. That is 40 years longevity. Terry is a great partner for SACRT, and we have worked together collaboratively on many projects. Terry, enjoying your retirement if you are seeing us. I think this concludes my GM report. We have something else we'll try to show, but we are going to wait until the next board meeting. And I'm ready to answer any questions.
Any questions of Henry?
Hi, this is Director Valenzuela.
Go ahead.
Oh, thanks, Chair. Thank you, Henry, for that update. And yeah, speaking to some of the public comments we received and even like the new LED installation, I was starting to think today about what our plans might be to try to get folks back out and riding transit, like events or, transit ride challenges. I know the board sometimes gets challenged to ride transit and post selfies on social media. And I'm just curious if you all are thinking or talking anything about what we could be doing this spring and summer just to get folks back out and using the buses and trains.
Absolutely. We are actually putting some plans together already, and we're just trying to finalize that. And we need to start to roll that campaign.
Okay, good. I hope there's a way for board members to participate. I'm a little competitive and I'd love to challenge my new colleagues here to some sort of transit ride challenge or something to get out there. So
you hear that,
volunteer us for that.
Someone's got an eye on my trophy.
Yeah,
I know, I am. I've got my eyes on you, Chair. So
Patrick, you are imperiled.
I promise not to be any serious problem for anybody since transit doesn't go to my home office or from my house to the restaurant. So I'm good. Good luck, Kate.
Any other questions? thank you. Next item.
Next item is reports, ideas, and questions from directors, if any.
Any directors have any questions or comments?
I'm good.
Good ideas, just ideas.
Chair Kennedy?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment that I made privately to Henry Lee, and I want to make publicly in front of the board. And I just wanted to thank him and RT for always being available when we have certain crises in Sacramento, which was the case this weekend when Delta Shores had over 100 kids that came there because they were bored, because they had some issues with each other. And we had to find a way to get them home. And Henry was more than willing to send whatever forms of transportation there in order to be able to help the situation. Fortunately, we were able to get most of their parents to come pick them up and make it, and it all worked out. But in every situation that I've ever asked of RT, and specifically Henry, to help us out in a situation that's less than 24 hours, he has always been agreeable to making sure that that happens. So I just want to thank him publicly in front of each one of you, let him know how much I appreciate what RT does.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, we do not have closed session today. So if there's no other comments, then we will be adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Great job, Patrick.
See y'all later.